Hello everyone, my name is Dani, and this is going to be the first video on my channel where I talk about kind of a media related topic. So today I'm going to be focusing on a girl named Danielle Cohn. Now if you have been on the internet recently, you have probably heard this girl's name. But if you are not aware of who this girl is, I believe she started either on Musical.ly or on TikTok, maybe both platforms, became very popular on there, and then started making content on YouTube. And as far as I understand, her mother controls all of her social media platforms, including her Instagram and YouTube and TikTok and what other social media she has. This girl has come under a lot of fire because she has claimed that she is 15, although there is a lot of evidence out there that suggests she is actually 13, which causes a lot of problems being on the social platforms that she is on. So yesterday I was actually watching a video of a woman who has like an interest in working in social work and such, and she was saying how she's scared for Dani and how her mother and the other adults around her are really not protecting her because of all of the information and the content that is out there that showcases her. So my goal in this video is to kind of showcase that, mostly in her music videos. But to give you a little bit of background on me, I'm a film and media studies double major at my university, so media and film have always interested me, so that's why I want to focus on her music videos in particular. Now before we get started into looking at her actual music videos, I wanted to give you a little bit of insight into a film theory that I think is particularly important to understand before going into this. So the theory that I'm mostly going to be talking about is called the male gaze. The male gaze was theorized by a woman named Laura Mulvey, and she was influenced actually by Sigmund Freud. Essentially, the theory states that because the film industry has been dominated by male figures such as directors, and this leads to women in films being portrayed as if you're looking at them through the male perspective. So what this entails is that when someone views a film, be they a heterosexual male, a heterosexual female, a homosexual man, whatever you identify as, you are looking at a woman through that heterosexual male gaze. So that means that you are likely looking at a woman that is objectified, you are likely looking at a woman that is perceived to be passive, you are likely to see that the man is portrayed as active both in the storytelling and in the scenes that he is in. This also means that you are to see the woman as to be looked at while the men do the looking. And this theory all really boils down to looking at a woman as a spectacle and not really as a human that has unique thoughts and ideas and actions that she can perform. So obviously you can see how problematic this is when we apply this theory to Dani's music videos, because regardless of the fact if she is 13 or 15, she is an underage girl, and viewing her in this way is extremely dangerous because of, one, very gross adults that could be watching your content, and also her very young impressionable audience. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at some of her videos. So forgive me if I look down because I will be looking down at my computer that is in my lap so I can view the videos. The first video I'm going to show you is called Marilyn Monroe. This is one of Dani's earlier videos, so I just wanted to show you this one to contrast it with some of her later videos and see how the shooting and editing has changed as she has gotten older. So this starts off pretty innocent, just a bunch of friends in the car. Obviously she's on Instagram Live or something of that nature. And then here she is, she's singing about Marilyn Monroe, how she's Marilyn Monroe. One thing that you'll notice as you see these shots of her when she's in that dress, most of them are taken from a low angle, which really in film we use a low angle to establish that someone has power. So if you were to watch an Avengers movie, for example, you would see the heroes and probably the villains too would be shot maybe from a lower angle when they are first introduced to establish that they have power and that they are menacing. But in Dani's video, this is likely to just give her a little bit more power and make her seem maybe a little bit older than she actually is in this video. Now this part is weird. I don't like this editing. No, I don't like it. Now this part also bothers me because this guy is obviously at least 17 or 18 years old and she is obviously very, very young, and that just does not sit well with me at all. So no thank you. Although I appreciate that they like push him away. That's kind of nice. I also don't know where these bikers are coming from, what this situation is with like the I'm not sure what vehicle that is, what these two vehicles are, but very expensive vehicles. Where did those come from too is what I'm wondering as well. But that's essentially it with this video. It's not super bad, but it's not super good. It's just kind of mediocre. But at least she's not super sexualized and is wearing generally stuff for her age. But one thing on that note, I do want to make sure that I am not judging what she's wearing because, oh, she shouldn't have a choice of what she's wearing. I'm saying this because she is a child and that she shouldn't really be dressing so provocatively, as you will see later. If she was at least 18, I would probably still not like it, but I couldn't say much because that is ultimately her adult decision. But she is not an adult. She is still under the guidance of her parents, and it seems not many adults are saying much to guide her in this situation. So that's my stance on that. Just thought I would mention that. So I don't have much else to say about this video other than that. So let's move on to this video called Somebody Like You, featuring Mikey Tua, which is her ex-boyfriend as I understand it. So this is the first video where you can really see that she is definitely a little bit sexualized. Maybe a lot bit sexualized depending on what your viewpoint on that is, but let's go with it. Another thing of note is that a bunch of these videos start off the same way, with this kind of interaction with a friend and with like some sort of conversation. I don't think it's super original, but you know, it works, I guess. But here we go. We see, one, she's wearing a Balenciaga sweatshirt. Super expensive. Secondly, for like half of this video, here we see a shot where she's in a swimsuit looking at the camera very seductively, and it just makes me uncomfortable. So essentially that's where you see a lot in this video, is these shots where she's singing to the camera and then the shots in the pool like this. Which, they're nice shots. Don't get me wrong, this is what video is one of the better shot ones in my opinion, but it just makes you uncomfortable for how you are viewing her. The sweatshirt's not that bad because it's super baggy, but this shot makes me uncomfortable because that is just very seductive, and she is 13 or 15. Again, what is this? Sometimes I just can't form words for a lot of this. This is the shot that makes you uncomfortable. I just paused it, coincidentally on the right spot, but he tilts down so you see her butt, and then it cuts away before you can really see it that much. But it makes me very uncomfortable that was even shot. Now the other thing with these videos is I don't know how much creative direction she put into it, how much her mother put in, maybe her manager or other people around her, and how much was just the videographer's idea. I don't know any of that. That's all behind the scenes stuff that is worked out before this is shot, obviously. So I don't know how much of this she was like, yeah, let's do that. Or her mother said, yeah, that's fine. I honestly don't know. Obviously, her mother had to approve of this to go online before it did, but still, it just makes me uncomfortable. And I can tell I'm going to say uncomfortable so many times in this video, and I am so sorry. So essentially, there's like this whole spoof that they get married at the end of this video, which like, sure, I guess. But this part of the video, like, you can see the quality goes way down for whatever reason. I don't know if he switched cameras or this was shot probably on a different day. I don't know, but it just doesn't look as good, and I don't like these white flashes that go between. I would prefer just harsh cuts between stuff rather than those transitions. I think they look kind of gimmicky, but the lighting's also very off in this. Also, for this shot, if you look closely, you can see that this clip, I'm assuming, might not have been long enough for the videographer when he was editing it together, because you can see that it looks oddly slow, and there's a camera shake right there, which is not nice, and you wouldn't really want to show that. You would want to cut that out. And I don't know what that ending shot is where they're just kind of sitting around. Doesn't make sense story-wise to me, but sure, I guess. Let us move on to the next video. This video is directed by the same videographer, and it is called Mia MOA. And this one, just to preface, she's definitely dressed very seductively. But look at this. Look at that outfit. I don't want you to look at it like in a disgusting way, but I'm just looking at that and I say, she's 13 or 15 in this when this was shot. That just makes me uncomfortable because I'm 19 and I still probably wouldn't be caught dead wearing that. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how some of this was okay. Also, this outfit, I would also not be caught dead wearing that. But this is the shot that really makes me uncomfortable, was the fact that you see her walking in a wider shot, and then he decided to do a close-up right on her body. That, to me, screams male gaze. This video in particular screams male gaze to me. Just the way that she's moving, the way she's posing, everything. It also, like I said, makes me uncomfortable. But that's essentially what this video is. This video is really a lot more seductive, moving, posing than the other one, where she's just kind of dancing around and such. So it makes me a lot more uncomfortable than the other one. But I just have to say, this is shot very well, but like I've said multiple times already, I just don't understand how this was okayed by people, but this video in particular, because of that outfit in particular that was worn. Yeah, I can't watch this one anymore. The last video I'm going to show you was actually just released yesterday as of me recording this video. It's called Siempre. And again, this was recorded by the same videographer as the previous two videos. This is my least favorite, to be honest with you. I think this is shot horribly. I also think the audio is not that great because you can hear the waves in the background a lot, but there are ways that you can shoot to limit that. And also, I feel like these shots aren't totally in focus, which is odd. This friend is in focus, but the previous shots of Dani and the other friend were not. What is that image of a woman? If that doesn't scream male gaze, I don't know what else does in this video. I don't understand. Also, how do you do anything with nails of that size? I don't understand it. I would not wear nails like that right now. But then again, I'm also in like video production, so that would hinder me from doing my job a lot of the time. I also wear contacts, so that would also hinder me from getting them out of my eyes. So I don't understand it, especially when she's like 13 or 15. This is mostly just her kind of frolicking on a beach. Oh, that was a very seductive shot. Don't we love that? But yeah, mostly she's just kind of frolicking around on the beach with her boyfriend and then also posing like that. So that's essentially this. There's also kind of a cool audio effect going on here, but I don't know if I like all of the intercuts he does with all this dialogue, because usually that doesn't happen in music videos. I also don't think, as you will see later, you'll see more examples of it, but the acting is not the best at all in these videos. You can tell a lot of the lines are delivered kind of forced, and it doesn't come off that well. And now here we have a bunch more seductive looks at the camera, walking towards the camera, and stuff like that. Alright, now we're at a party, which, if you're 13 or 15, where is this being held? What is going on? Where are your parents? What is happening? I am so confused. Also, these shots are all really bad. Like, you could see the little zoom there. They're not in focus a lot. They're super shaky. That's super shaky. Whoa, that is... Oh, you saw it. Him pull focus there. Oh my goodness. But essentially the shots are really shaky. They don't look super professional. Like, this shot does not look professional at all. It just looks it just looks off. I think you need to maybe color correct. Also, I don't understand. What is this? I don't like this font at all. Excuse me, I don't know who these people are. I'm disregarding that, but I don't understand what's happening. I don't like this situation in the background. I'm being kind of nitpicky now. So there we are, guys. We have finished looking at a bunch of videos from Danielle Cohn's channel. I hope you feel not quite as uncomfortable as I do, but I kind of also hope you do, because this is a problem that has gone across YouTube and across TikTok and all other social media platforms. Another issue that is very large with this situation is that because of her age, she probably shouldn't have had accounts on these platforms. when she was younger. So, but obviously it's very easy to fake your age on these platforms. So a lot of people have been calling for YouTube and TikTok and all other social medias to get a lot better at enforcing age of the people that are there. I've heard of people trying to report some of her Instagram photos, and they have not been taken down, probably because she's bringing in a lot of money to Instagram, YouTube, and all these other platforms. But I think that is sickening, because not only is her mother and other people in her life probably profiting off of her, but even these massive media companies are profiting off of her, off of exploiting a child. And I don't think that's right. So that's why I want to make sure that we are aware of the situation and aware of how dangerous this is for her in her future. If she decides to stop doing YouTube for whatever reason, this stuff is everywhere on the internet. She is continually talked about on the internet everywhere. So that is why I really tried not to bash her, but if I came off across that way, I am sorry. But I'm trying not to bash her, and really I'm trying to bring people aware of the people that are around her, and to emphasize that she is a child and she needs to be protected by all of these people, and all these people and all these companies are failing her at that. So without further ado, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!